What's up everyone? Welcome back or welcome to another weekly dose of video. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and join the journey. My name is Aldo, I'm a powerlifter and day trader, and today we are continuing the series where I'll be reviewing, analyzing all of the trades I took in Project 6F, basically a challenge where I turned 10k into 100k real money through day trading. So yeah, we'll be analyzing and criticizing all of these trades together. Also, I wanted to make a standard intro for this series too, so you guys will be seeing this exact same intro in all of the series from now till the end. If it happens that you learn something from the series, please share it so we can reach more people together. And now, let's get to the sauce. Alright guys, we have episode 8, nice and ready. Let's immediately look for our first trade. Okay, we have the first trade on GPSD. It was a buy, yes, the 8th of April. Okay, entry was here and then the stop right below this low. Let's look at 1 hour for a vision of the bigger picture. We are definitely bullish. MAs are pointing upwards, so bullish momentum is in our favor. Structure is bullish, at least on the 1 hour. Let me see on the 4 hour. Okay, on the 4 hour it seems like we broke structure to the left and we are about to create a higher low here. Then 1 hour looks like this. Then let's go on the 15 minutes. I definitely see some kind of boxy price action, meaning that it seems like price was inside this box, so price was actually ranging. We could also see that price maintained this level of support, which we can also see from the 30 minutes, very clean, and also the hourly, the 1 hour, yes, very clean support, but also this level of resistance. The entry is here, my entry is here. That's probably because I expected price to print a higher low here on the 15 minutes to resume the bullish trend after bouncing off super strong from a super strong support. So I see the idea, but just by looking at this price action at the 15 minutes, I can see I was a little bit too early. I should have realized we were in a boxy price action, we were ranging. So I should have waited price to break the range and then maybe retest like it did, like it perfectly did here. Let's see on the 5 minutes if I actually can find some proofs that we were actually creating support and about to print a higher low here. No, for price to show us some sign of support, some sign that it is actually slowing down and creating support here, creating a 15 minutes higher low, we need a break of structure, which we did not have, because the last lower high is here, so we were bearish. We were still bearish. If we look here to the left, we can see that we actually broke structure, 5 minute structure, but then once price started to print lower highs throughout this entire move, we should have waited for another realignment. Let's look at the outcome of this trade, but it's pretty much going to be a loss. I even closed the trade earlier. I literally gave up on the idea, but this is a very important thing, even though I didn't save much since the stop was pretty much there. This is the first time that I realized my mistake and I closed a loss earlier, so that's nice. Okay, same day, 8th of April, a buy on gold. Okay, I found the entry was pretty much there and the stop was there. Super tight stop, damn. and it even worked out fine. At least it seems like here. First thing we do, 1 hour time frame. Oh, I can already see, well, we are definitely bullish, and I can already see this level of support, of resistance, now turned into support. Also, it seems like if we look at the 1 hour candles approaching the level, we can also see a slowdown in momentum. The first candle approaching the level, rejected. Second candle, pretty small candle. And then the next candle, a massive rejection, and then a bullish close. So that's super nice. If we zoom in to the 15 minutes, I didn't wait for a realignment of structure because gold hit a new all-time high, then shifted bearish for a while, the first lower low, lower high, lower low, and then I entered on the rejection of the level, and also MAs were still pointing upwards, so I believed the momentum was still there to keep on going bullish. We can see even better on the 5 minutes. This is the last lower high. So price attempted to use the level as resistance to keep on going bearish. It failed, and then it shot up. So my entry was here, but the real and safe entry could have been here. Couple hours after I entered, and this could have been a scale in actually at this point, which I'm not sure if I scaled in this trade. We are going to see that later on, but I can see the idea. The only mistake I made was to enter a little bit too early, even though this time I was justified by the beautiful price action on the 1 hour time frame. Both candles and then levels reacted super nice, so felt confident, and I entered as soon as price rejected and closed the 1 hour candle. Okay, looks like I closed the trade, and it was a massive winner, even though, yeah, it didn't seem like I entered any more scale in, which it's still something to improve on. How and what moves you could have capitalized more on. Okay, we have the next trade, the 10th of April, a buy on GBPSD. Well, this is the day, and it's not promising any good. Holy shit. I mean, it looks like price melted through the screen and also through the table, so that's a little bit scary. I mean, knowing that I was in a buy, and that's probably going to be a pretty heavy loss. Okay, so the entry was there, and then the stop was below this low, actually right about this low, 6.5 pips. That's super tight. I could have been a little bit more generous with this stop, but we'll see. Again, our favorite time frame for bigger picture, 1 hour. We are definitely bullish. Yes. We also can use the same resistance of the previous episodes, and this time finally I didn't buy on the resistance like here. We were now above the resistance. Now we are using this resistance as supports, and 1 hour is showing nice confirmation that we are actually creating support. If we zoom in to the 15 minutes, As for structure, we have this minor break to the left, break of structure. Then, okay, at this point we don't have any more breaks or solid structure printed. The only thing we have, which is actually pretty reliable, are this higher low, this higher low, and then another higher low. We are printing higher lows throughout this entire move on the 15 minutes. So that's definitely a solid confirmation that we are bouncing off of this support. So we have bounce off of the trend line, off of a super strong support. 1 hour is showing the same confirmation. So when higher time frame and lower time frame are aligned, that's super sweet. If we zoom in to the 5 minutes, one last thing I noticed is that this low also seems like to be a pretty strong support now turned into resistance. So the entry signal was after price broke the resistance. I entered, stop was below this low, even though again should have been more generous and put the stop right below the last 15 minutes higher low. And that was basically it. Nice trade. Let's see the outcome. I entered some more as price went down and still maintained a pretty tight stop, but the fact that I scaled in checks this winner as perfect, I guess, if it is a winner. Okay, I closed some partials, so I was able to actually capitalize on the move. Damn! This was actually the day I got stopped out really hard. So, alright. I guess we can count the GU trade as a winner since I closed the majority there. So that's nice. And as for the gold, this is definitely a loss. Okay, entries were pretty much there, and then the stop was below this low. Okay, beginning on the hourly time frame, as usual. Okay, looks like we were still bullish, and also I can see this level of resistance now turned into support. So we bounced here and then here, even though it seems like here it didn't have enough momentum to keep on going, and then dropped really hard. Let's zoom into the 15 minutes. Okay, what I can see here is price again hit a new all-time high, pulled back, first lower high, first lower low, and from here basically price started to print higher low. So we were bouncing off of this support, basically the same concept as this trade, even though this time we actually had the confirmation of the 15-minute structure being aligned to the higher time frame picture. I also see this trend line here, and that's probably where I entered. The bounce on the trend line and then on the MAs, even though it seems like I didn't wait for the last confirmation, basically the entry signal, and that is waiting for 5 minutes to create some support and then go, especially because after price printed a new higher high, at least compared to this high and not this high, we were still more bearish than bullish, but we were creating higher lows visible on the 15 minutes too. If you are aligned with higher time frame structure, you can definitely take a little bit more risks than usual. But after price printed a new higher high on the 5 minutes, it pulled back and shifted structure to bearish. So I should have waited for price to make a support here, respect the previous low, higher low, 5 minutes higher low, make some support, basically print some candles that we are actually slowing down and beginning to push again from here, maybe break this lower high, and we would have been fine. I still think the idea is valid, but if you want to improve, you have to look at the details and see if there are things you could have avoided, there are things you could have done better, and that's basically me explaining the details of the trades. In this case, the idea is perfectly valid. I can see this trade, very nice trade. I could have avoided the trade, the loss, by just waiting for a confirmation, my usual entry signal. Okay, we have another trade on gold. The next day, the 11th of April, and it was a buy. Okay, the entry was there, and then the stop was there. Whoa! Can I say whoa? I mean, I literally caught the bottom of the whole day. That's crazy. That's actually super crazy. On the 1 hour time frame, we could use the same support. Structure is still bullish. I can already see this is an impulsive trade since I'm confident enough that we have still momentum, bullish momentum on our side. So price is going to move very fast, and that's what it really happened in the end. 15 minutes. This was more a higher time frame trade. Basically, I probably entered this trade on the 15 minutes since the stop was super big, but that's because it was below both this previous low and then the 1 hour low. So for price to take my stop, it had to break 1 hour structure. So this was basically a trade with pretty much no confirmation, I can see, because the entry was so good that we didn't need much else. I was confident that since gold was on a super bullish trend, the 1 hour low was gonna be protected, and so when price pretty much came close to the previous low and then the 1 hour low, that's when I entered, and it turned out to be a crazy trade. This was a good trade because I was flexible and confident enough to analyze what was going on at the time and to capitalize the move, even though I genuinely think the entry was pure luck. I basically caught the bottom, but that was just pure luck. I don't think this trade is a long-term good trade, meaning that I'm well aware that this trade can and definitely did grow bad habits. As a good trader, you have to gather as much confirmation as possible, follow your process. Whenever you deviate from that, you have to be aware that you are creating bad habits. And in this case, I got rewarded for not really following my process and for just buying because I thought that price was going to push up, instead of reacting to what I was seeing on the charts, to what price was telling me. So even though I made money, this trade definitely, I'm sure, had a bad influence on my mind. Okay, so we are still in the gold trade, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a winner. We have another trade on GBPUSD the same day, and it was a buy, the 11th of April. Okay, the entry was pretty much there, and then the stop was there. Super tight stop, 4.7 pips. It looks like the same concept as the gold trade, but in this case, I wasn't that lucky, and price taught me a lesson. I lost this trade and then I won the gold trade. So I got a lesson and then I forgot about the lesson once I got rewarded for something I shouldn't have done. So not really good timing. Okay, we have one last trade on gold. This is going to be the last trade. Let me check. Yes. Buy on gold the 12th of April. Okay, entry was there and the stop was right below this low. Let's give a look at the 1 hour time frame for a bigger picture. Okay, we are pretty much bullish. We don't even see structure anymore, so we probably gotta zoom in to the 30 minutes. Still not solid structure anywhere near the zone. No supports aside from the previous 30-minute high. This whole zone, which we can see rejections from the 30 minutes. So we have the first confirmation, which is on the higher time frame. We can see price is about to bounce off of this level, even though we gotta be aware that it's not a super strong level, since it's more of a 15 minutes high than it is 30 minutes, but still we gotta zoom in to the 5 minutes. This is the last 5 minutes higher low. In this case, price attempted to break the previous low, but it basically failed, and it shot up with super great bullish candles. As you can see, lots of rejection to the downside and very few, if any, rejection to the upside. So super nice candles. MAs are still pointing upwards, so even on the 5 minutes we have the bullish momentum on our favor. Once price started to create this failed attempt to break below the previous low, this is the first higher low. That's pretty much game done. That's when I entered. This was a definitely nice trade. Okay, from these arrows it seems like it was pretty much a break even. Very sad, because this was actually a better trade than what I took previously. That was it, guys. That was the last trade of the episode. One key thing we learned from this episode is that a winner that creates bad habits is definitely much worse than a bad loser. Change my mind. That's it, guys, for this episode, and I'll catch you all in episode 9.